Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 26 of the unofficial Rogue Company podcast, Broguecast. I'm here with Co-Reed.
You don't hear me?
I can't. Yeah, we can.
No, my microphone's messing up, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on with it. But I'm here with Dear Lord.
I'm here with Garbo.
And I'm here with Griffin.
And this is the Rogue Company podcast, bringing you all the news that you need to know about Rogue Company. And we're going to start out first here with the Dev Talk, Rogue Company leaving open beta. Now, this was posted on May the 23rd of 2020, and we're going to run through this and see what you guys think about this. So, at First Watch Games, we'll never forget the day we shared Rogue Company with you. It was July the 20th, 2020, almost 2 years ago, when we entered closed beta. We only had 13 rogues, 7 maps, and we were missing a lot of really important features. We didn't even have a battle pass. Just a few months later, in September of 2020, we entered open beta and opened the floodgates to millions of players as a free-to-play title. Today, we've seen more than 25 million players jump into our games. Since entering open beta, we've spent the last year, 9 months, continuing to improve Rogue Company alongside our community, adding features like Rogue Mastery, Weapon Mastery, next-gen native versions, a Steam release, monthly login bonuses, human backfill, narrative events, and MVP. We've brought collaborations with Dr. Disrespect and Rambo, and new modes like Battlezone and Dodgeball, and so much more. Our work is not done, but we've come a long way. We've added 9 rogues, 7 maps, 9 weapons, and 12 game modes since beta went live. And Rogue Company is finally in a place where we think it can hold its own. We're excited to announce that we've reached the end of our beta, and we will enter into our full release with our next update. This beefy update will feature a new rogue, a new season, and some sweet new features that you'll hear more about in our update show. There's much more to come this year, including a fantastic crossover that we can't tell you about just yet, but also expect us to change how we approach updates to Rogue Company, focusing less on major new features and more on adding strong content, continually improving quality, and addressing key community concerns. We could not have reached this point without you and all the amazing support from our community and players. We'll be doing a little something for you soon. Stay tuned for details on our end of beta bash celebration. Thank you again for your support, and we can't wait to see you on the battlegrounds of Rogue Company. We're leaving beta, guys.
Where are we going from beta?
We're going to full release.
Oh,
The game is polished in the best state that it could possibly be in, and there's no new features that need to be added. There's no polishing that needs to be done. There's no tweaks that need to be done to it. It's ready for full release.
Is it?
sounds like it's a dumpster fire.
Well, according to this post, it is ready.
I wonder if they had like a 2-year set thing where it was like in 2 years you got to come out. Right. Like, why would they do it then?
I mean, there's something in there that is it feels like forcing their hand. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because in some of the fireside chats that Minnie was hosting, which we haven't had one in a while,
A minute.
but in some of the fireside chats that she was hosting, she said that when the developers felt like the game was ready to come out of beta, then they would do an official full release of the game. And with doing an official full release of the game, they would actually start dumping and dedicating money specifically for advertisements and trying to bring players into the game, such like just a marketing push at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, at this current state of the game that we're playing right now, which we don't know what the bug fixes and a lot of the tweaks for this update's going to be, anything like that. Like, we have a little bit of information, but not the full picture, right? And we'll get into that here in just a little bit. But they're going to have to do a massive overhaul on a lot of the performance issues that the game is experiencing. They're going to have to focus on getting the servers into a functional state, and they're going to have to introduce the forced crossplay in order to make the matchmaking work the way that it actually needs to work. I don't know if they're going to be able to check all 3 of those boxes before we get into full release.
What about the Switch, man?
Oh, I know. I've seen a lot of people say that, like, the Switch.
We played with some.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did the Dallas emote and it fucking kicked him out of the game. Like,
Yeah, right. I mean,
But it happens every time.
look, here's the thing. My perspective of it. If they feel like that it's ready to come out of closed beta or open beta, whatever it is, then that's fine. But me as a player, me as a content creator, and me as someone that's dedicated many, many hours into playing this game, I can't promote it coming out of beta. I can't support it. I mean, I'm going to have to support it because it's their decision. But if they set me down in a room with a briefcase and was like, do you think it's ready? And I'm just going to say, absolutely not. That's just the reality of it. I mean, what do you guys think?
No, I agree. I don't think it's ready at all. Not even a little bit. Server issues the same. Like you said, server issues still trash, and that's apparently throughout all of High Res's records. So like, that seems to be the normal thing is shitty server issues. But you gotta think about all the bugs and then like reoccurring
Matchmaking.
bugs too. Matchmaking itself,
Yeah.
it's never gonna be fixed. They're never gonna be able
Nah.
to fix that. That's just forever broke.
Yeah, it's very polarizing that they're doing this now. And like you said, maybe it's a 2-year agreement that they've got worked out with like the president of the studio or somebody. Well, they're not
Maybe
publicly
Chisholm
traded.
stepped in. and was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's time.
yeah,
We spent enough.
yeah. And with that, whenever you bring that article up, they focus on a very interesting point here where they're talking about the fact that like they're going to be updating the game in a different way. So it says there's much more to come this year. Yes, there's much more to come this year, but also expect us to change how we approach updates to Rogue Company, focusing less on major new features and more on adding strong content, continually improving quality, and addressing key community concerns. So what that's telling me is that they're having to get into a full release schedule here in order for them to actually address the issues within the game. And then also focus on cosmetics and basically monetary things. And it shouldn't be that way. Like major new features, they consider something like as simple as like, you know, adding a toggle to something in the settings as a major key feature. You know what I mean? Or a major new feature. No, these are just quality of life improvements. And they said that they were going to continue the Project Saint quality of life improvements all the way through 2022. So are they going to stop that whenever they go in full release? I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, we're like halfway through that. So
Exactly, right? I don't know. We'll see what they end up doing with it, but I just don't feel like it's time, man. I don't feel like that the game is in the right spot for that just yet. I think that the game has existed in a spot that's right for them to release it full release, but that's been about 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, so it's been, you know, to me, whenever you break it down, it's like you've introduced all these game modes that nobody's ever played, that's only been available to play like one time. So you can't really use that as like clout to drive, you know, interest in your game. Yeah, you've released a lot of rogues, you've released a lot of weapons, and you've released a lot of gadgets and things like that, and maps and stuff, and that's all good and great. But like, what good is any of that stuff if like your game doesn't run like it needs to run for a full release game? I don't know. We've seen AAA titles come out and run worse. I mean, I think Battlefield 2042 kind of showed everybody that, you know.
mm-hmm.
But you know, that was like a multi-million-dollar game.
Yeah,
you know,
buy that game too. Like,
yeah, exactly. So
like once they get their money out of you,
yeah, they're good, you know.
yeah.
So
I mean, but hey, if I wanted to watch an ad, dude, I can perfectly watch an ad on Rogue Company.
yeah,
No
right.
problems.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for that feature, guys. I love it.
So next up here, we have another dev talk introducing supply drops. So this was posted on May the 25th. This is a very long article. We're going to run through it, see what you guys think. So this is Zenon, the executive producer for Rogue Company. So this is what he had to say. Let's get right to the point. We wanted to give players even more of a reason to jump in and play Rogue Company. We noticed that some of our players in our community have a lot of reputation to spend, but don't have things they want to spend it on. Based on our data, the active Rogue Company player has an average reputation balance of around 200K. You've told us again and again that there are some cosmetics and skins that you wish you could have purchased with rep, and we hear you. We've also seen some of our newer players miss out on earning some incredible things that our Rogue veterans were able to get in past updates. We're seeing some requests from new players to add a way to earn past items from previous updates so that they can rock the ideal look for their favorite rogues when they jump into a match. That's why we're adding a new approach to implement this request from the community: supply drops. We're adding a system in Rogue Company called supply drops. Our system is not what you've seen implemented in other games. It was important that our team got this right and that this is something you'll enjoy as a player. So here's a TLDR. Supply drops will allow players to unlock in-game items while playing Rogue Company. There are two versions of supply drops: reward supply drops and rogue supply drops. You can earn reward supply drops to play or spend reputation to unlock rogue supply drops. There is also an option to unlock rogue supply drops with rogue bucks, but we believe the vast majority of rogue supply drops will be unlocked with reputation. Each reward supply drop will give you 1 item, and each rogue supply drop will give you 2 items. The supply table is visible in game. You have an equal chance to obtain each item, and you will only unlock items you currently don't own. Supply drops are completely optional and offer no advantage in game. Now that we have that out of the way, let's dive into some more details. When we launch supply drops in the next update, we will have 2 versions that you can get. Reward supply drops, which are available as free rewards. Players will be able to unlock these through events and battle passes, but you'll be able to receive these from different sources in later updates. Each reward supply drop will award players with 1 unlockable item from a supply table that is publicly visible to the players. All items in this table have an equal chance to drop regardless of rarity of the item. Rogue supply drops are the more premium version of this system. It can still be earned through normal play, but it will cost reputation to purchase it from the shop. It can be purchased on the Rogue Company store with 12,000 reputation or 400 rogue bucks. Each rogue supply drop will award players with 2 items, 1 item being pulled from supply table 1 and the other from supply table 2. Like reward supply drops, all items in each supply table will be publicly visible to players, and all the items have an equal chance of dropping regardless of rarity. What if I already own the items? Simple. Reward supply drops and rogue supply drops will only give you items you don't own yet. For reward supply drops, if you already own every single item in its supply table, we will ask if you still want to open it. If you respond yes, you will unlock a 30-minute booster for your account instead of an item. For rogue supply drops, since there are 2 supply tables, supply table 1 and supply table 2, this system works slightly different. If you own every single item in supply table 2, but not in supply table 1, you will still be able to open your rogue supply drop, and you will be awarded an item from supply table 1 and an account booster. If you own everything in supply table 1, you will not be able to purchase more rogue supply drops. This way we can protect you from accidentally purchasing them. Once more items are added to the supply tables, you will then be able to open and purchase new supply drops as you normally would. In short, there's nothing short about this, In short, we will be adding supply drops to the game so that our veteran rogues have something to spend their reputation on and have something to earn when playing the game. It gives our newer rogue recruits a chance to unlock some of the things they've missed out on from previous patches. Reward supply drops and rogue supply drops unlock items for players with equal chance from separate loot tables, and you will only receive items you do not own on your account. If you don't want anything to do with supply drops, the majority of the skins, emotes, weapon wraps, jetpacks, and hoverboards you can unlock from this system can be purchased in the store as you normally would. Items being added to the store and supply drop from previous battle passes will only be added after a year of its release. The items not being added to the supply drops are some items which will remain quite exclusive, including Founders Pack items, beta rewards, and others. Additionally, any Battle Pass items will only be added once a year has passed since its release. This system is additive to your player experience and not a replacement. We hope you're as excited about the supply drops as we are. We think this is a great way for you to unlock some things that are missing in your Rogue Company collection. Come see what we have in store for you. So, it's a very lengthy article.
Yeah.
Supply drops, supply loot boxes, loot crates, whatever you want to call it. What do you guys think?
I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad at either.
I mean-
As long as we don't go like EA did, we're okay.
One thing that I think is very interesting with some of these is like, I think the rogue supply drops actually have like available rogues that you haven't already purchased in there. One of the two tables does. So instead of like saving up your reputation to unlock that rogue, there's a chance that you can unlock that rogue through, you know, a random chance drop. You know what I mean? And that's kind of cool. That's really cool for the players that are going to be able to unlock these things as they continue to play, or if they want to like take a chance and spend 400 rogue bucks to unlock one, or 12,000 reputation, as opposed to like what, 20 or 30,000 reputation, however much it costs to get the newest characters, you know?
Mhm.
So, I'm not mad at it either. Like, it's cosmetic stuff, more or less. So it's just like,
Not pay to win.
yeah. I mean,
That's beautiful.
if anything, it's pay to lose.
Mhm.
I mean, really
You're
though.
slowing down. You're slowing down your latency.
I mean, if you get some of these crazy animated, like that skin you was using earlier, Garbo, first of all, it not only gives me a seizure when I look at it because it's moving so fast, but it also like makes my game run like shit while it's distracting as fuck for me to have on my weapon. A constant thing just running over it over and over and over again. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I think that this is cool for new players. I imagine that a lot of the veteran players, and this is kind of where it gets a little weird. It's like veteran players have 200K reputation on average, right? So a lot of the veteran players probably already have the majority of the stuff that's going to be available in these boxes to begin with, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's something that they've only put in the store like maybe once or twice and they've never released again. So like that's the only thing, which, I mean, you know, all the event stuff, all the battle pass stuff, like I own all that stuff, so I'm not going to get any of that stuff. But there are a lot of emotes and a lot of like the recolor skins and a lot of stuff like that, I mean, that's probably a lot of avatars and banners, because I don't care anything about the avatar or banner system that they currently have in the game, you know?
Yeah.
Like the avatar and banner system and the borders and all that stuff, like they're really cool. They're designed very well. Like I like the way that they are. Some of them are animated, all this kind of stuff, but like you don't really see them.
Yeah.
There's no real representation
I never
of
go
that.
look through it, dude.
No, me neither.
I've had the dock banner since the map dropped.
Yeah, I mean, you know, so. And I think that, you know, with the MVP screen, you kind of see it, but like, I don't know, they should do more. But that's cool. That's going to be coming in the next update, supply drops. It's going to be cool to crack some packs, you know, probably do that on stream. Just spend all my reputation that I've earned just to drop, you know, get some drops and all that kind of stuff and see what happens with it. But yeah, supply drops, reward supply drops, rogue supply drops, a lot of words, a lot of talking around the fact that this is just loot boxes that have been injected into the game. And it's funny that like we're adding a system in Rogue Company called supply drops. Our system is not what you've seen implemented in other games.
But it is though.
I've opened loot
I
boxes.
can name games
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, like, and then all right, so some people were like, yeah, but it's different because you're using the in-game currency to do that. And I'm like, I've played games where you use the in-game currency that you earn by playing to unlock loot boxes. This isn't a new thing. This isn't something that we've never seen before. This is exactly the same thing that we've seen in every loot box game, you know? Next up though, this is the meat. This is the filling of the episode here. Daybreak PTS notes. So we got a live stream like 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago, as of recording this, and they gave us some information, but they didn't give us enough information, and we'll get into that here in just a little bit. But the Operation Daybreak update seizes the day packed dense with not only the Wild Wastelands Battle Pass, but also Juke, Rogue Company's latest edition, a map visual update, and several Project Saint updates and more. So we're getting the Wild's Wasteland Battle Pass, which is, you know, this is what we covered on the last episode of Broguecast that was leaked out. And it is a Phantom skin, a Dahlia skin, a Cannon skin, and a Scorch skin. And the Cannon skin really just looks like a recolor of his recolor. You know what I mean? It's it's
Yeah.
recolorception over here. You know what I mean? It's
You don't
bad.
got an eye patch. I mean,
That's like
nice.
the only difference is he doesn't have an eye patch. But we're getting a new character called Juke. So her ability is the laser defense drone. The laser defense drone is a thrown deployable that upon making contact with a surface will attach and begin seeking out enemies that come within sight and range. Once an enemy is in range, the drone will target and fire at rogues with an advanced laser that will deal tick damage over time. Enemy rogues will need to either destroy the drone or exit its effective range. Juke is able to charge up to and deploy 2 drones at a time. So they're like giant medicine balls that she carries around with her, and she just like holds it in her hand and just says go, and it just slowly floats to whatever surface you target it on. And you can you can throw them up high, you can throw them down low. There's an AoE area that, is part of the, defense drone's area of attack. So if you throw it up super high, then it's probably not going to do anything because nothing's going to enter that area. But that's her main ability, defense drones. Juke is a defender, by the way, so keep that in mind. So passive, Juke Boots. Juke Boots are a modifier to her dodge roll. With 3 charges that can recharge, Juke is able to quickly maneuver the same direction of the normal dodge roll, but with a reduced cooldown. Additionally, she can use her boots midair to evade and make positioning plays not possible by other rogues. If she is out of charges, she will dodge roll normally until her boots are recharged. So those are the abilities and passives. What do you guys think about that?
Passive?
I think the active drones remind me of like the Jetsons vehicles. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like they're flying just out on the wall.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't physically played the character. I've watched footage and gameplays of the character. So like I can't just say like how I feel personally, but like watching it, it looks a little like crazy. I don't know about the passive ability though. It doesn't sound very passive.
Yeah, the passive ability is something that could have definitely been taken out of her kit altogether, or divvied up to another rogue, or they could have made that her primary ability, whatever, and it would have been like way better as an ability than what it currently is. Because like my whole thing, and I've said this before, but my whole thing is we've had the dodge roll in the game since we started playing the game, and you're going to take the dodge roll from one of the characters and give her the ability to basically dash around the map.
Yeah, what if I want to roll? You know?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Sometimes you have to roll.
Yeah, right.
Like say I'm going up some steps.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Collision
I feel
issues.
like the dodge roll is supposed to like help you avoid getting shot.
Yeah.
Sure, like the evasive juke boots is supposed to like make her faster, but like what if the angle doesn't like, and like you're not covering your head, like there's just too many factors, man. And like if they're already on you, burning you, most likely they're gonna keep burning you.
Yeah. Yeah, the dodge roll adds a tactical advantage in movement and positioning in the game, because it does get your head in an awkward position for the enemy that is firing at you to not be able to connect with those headshots, those high damage shots, right? But if you juke boot, you're locked into animation and you're standing upright. You're T-posing at that point, So I don't see how it really like adds any type of tactical advantage. If anything, it just takes away from her tactical advantage by locking her into this animation. Yes, you don't have a lockout timer like you do with the dodge roll. Absolutely don't have that. But we're like, if you're being pushed by someone and you're behind cover, you're not going to be able to get to another piece of cover fast enough, even with the juke boots, to deny some of that damage. And you're not rolling, and your head's not protected, like you said earlier, Garbo. So you're still going to get burnt down.
Mm-hmm.
It adds no tactical advantage to her whatsoever. And there's a ton of clipping issues with it. Like there's a ton of collision issues with the juke boots where she gets stuck on weird stuff while she's using the juke boots. And that causes, like, I mean, if you're going to roll or if you're going to move and you just stop and you're walking in place, how bad does that feel? You know?
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to get away from someone and you can't get away from them because the collision issues in the game are so bad that it's just not ready. They're not ready for her release yet. You know?
It's just going to make me not want to play it.
Exactly.
Ready to come out
Right.
of beta. Ready to come out of beta.
Yeah. So she is getting a new SMG. So this is the Ibex Burst SMG that we've talked about on the Broguecast a couple of times. It's really fun to use. It's really cool that they're adding a new SMG into the game. It sucks that, like, she has access to SMGs and LMGs, but it sucks that they're not introducing a new LMG with her along with the SMG, because we currently only have 2 light machine guns. If I was king of the world at Rogue Company World at First Watch Games, I'd be like, wouldn't it make more sense to introduce a new light machine gun as opposed to a new SMG? Because we already have, I mean, other than assault rifles, SMGs have the most weapons in that class. So
a little lazy on their part.
yeah, it's easy. You know what I mean? It's easy. Her secondary is the warrant, so she's going to be able to burn people down like crazy with that. She's got the combat knife for the melee. The gadgets, we get 2 new gadgets with her though. See, this is the thing, man. Like, we're getting 2 new gadgets. We're getting a new SMG. It would have been nice if we would have gotten a new light machine gun, a new pistol. Like, if they would have introduced her with all new everything, you know, that would be cool. That would make me more excited for her. You know what I mean? But the first new gadget is the reflector. Okay. A new invention from the brilliant Juke. This gadget has the ability to repel enemies and thrown gadgets in a cone in front of her. This device is able to ignore collision. Maybe you should give that to the juke boots too. I'm just saying. This device is able to ignore collision, give rogues the option to displace enemies that are lurking behind cover and corners. This is going to be a problem.
Oh yeah, I don't like it.
I love the idea that they're putting a gadget in the game that is going to allow you to deny thrown explosives, melee weapons, whatever. It's going to be,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. And it makes me want to test it. Like, are you going to be able to like blow the Demo Blast back
or the rocket?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. So that's a really cool idea. I love that idea in something where you have so many things that can be thrown at you. What I don't like is being able to just basically bounce people all over the map.
And off the map.
Yeah.
Or off, yeah.
That's
a big issue.
Yeah, that's going to feel bad, man. That's going to feel really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's already feeling bad and it hasn't happened yet to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, whenever you're in a 1v1 situation, it's 6-6, the bomb is planted, you're on the defensive side. You get, advantage on this person by getting better positioning. You're fixing to move in and burn them down, and then you just get blasted by this thing and blasted off the map. You lose the game.
Bad as fuck.
Dude. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to happen, dude. Before the end of the battle pass, there'll be a master juke running around.
Yeah.
We'll run into them all. Somebody that just plays her all the time that's gotten really good with her.
Yeah.
Just be blowing us off the map.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it at all.
But she's going to get banned.
Yeah, I mean, really.
That's what's going to happen.
She's definitely going to get banned. I mean, especially.
Runway.
Yeah. Well, especially in those problem maps, like there's some maps that don't have like off the map areas. Yeah. And if they do, it's minor. It's nothing major to like ruin your day or anything. But High Castle,
Meltdown,
Icarus.
Yeah.
Glacier.
There's just a few that's like, whoa.
Glacier. Yeah.
Well, like Meltdown, dude, the plant site's right there where you can fall off the map.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
If she comes in on the side of you, just boop, right off.
Yeah.
Yeah. The size of this cone is not very large. Like, she has to be very close to you to make this happen. But since she doesn't have a lockout on her juke boots, she can dash in and just hit you with it. I mean, you're still able to fire when you're in the air. Like, that's going to be there. But are you going to be able to burn her down before you fall off the map?
No.
I mean, that's
You're
what's...
still dead.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta be a hell of a shot, man.
Yeah. So that's what's going to feel bad. It's going to feel bad running into these people that are going to be abusing it. And you know...
Exploiting it, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, like, look at all the things that's been exploited in this game so far, and it's been released for 2 years. This is the next thing. This is the next Lancer Arbitrator or Lancer Objection, or, you know, when the melee weapons were all one-hit downs, or when the C4 was, like, the best explosive gadget in the game. Like, this is going to be abused like crazy, and it's going to cause them to have to go in there and either take that away or reduce the range of it, and at that point it's going to be useless. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm interested in testing the gadget out from what it is actually, what I feel like it's actually intended for, though, is for gadget spam or for melee spam, because I'm interested, like, if you throw a grenade at me, like a regular frag grenade, and I hit it with the reflector and it comes back to you, or it goes to an enemy, or it goes to somebody else. Like, is it like, what? How's the timer on it?
How's that gonna work?
Yeah, exactly. Or a Simtex or a C4 or something like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm interested in. And if a C4 stuck on the ground, can you still hit it with a reflector? Is it going to pick it up off the ground? Like, that would be
shit. Yeah, if it did that, I mean, it would do barbed wire.
Yeah, I mean,
will it? Yeah, we gotta do some testing, because, you know, they don't let you know all the little details. Like,
no.
Like, it would be cool, like, if someone runs up on you with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get right up in, you know, with Arbitrator right up on you. You could hit them with that, blow them back, burn them down. Because it does kind of shoot them back, you know, and throw their aim off. Like,
yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Weirdly, the APS system works on the reflector.
Does it? It absorbs it?
Yes, it does.
Oh, shit.
That's funny, dude. That's really funny. It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that would help, like, the counter spamming. Like, if people like want to run reflector and just bounce people everywhere.
Yeah.
Or, you know, use all the utilities.
Yeah. Well, and so whenever you max the reflector out, you get 2 charges, and she also has resupply. So there's that. So the next new gadget that's been added into the game that I'm super excited for is the impact grenade, a new lethal gadget that deals a moderate amount of explosive damage upon hitting a surface. This gadget is ideal for engaging a firefight or pushing, fleeing, and damaged foes. So you can pop around the corner, you can throw this. If you hit them direct, if you hit around them, it's got a pretty decent, like, AoE size, but it only does like 50 damage. And I like the idea of this gadget a lot, because, like, if you see someone lurking on a corner, or if you see a gunfight happening, you can just chunk this thing in the middle of it, and it's not going to down anybody, but it's going to explode as soon as it makes contact, and it's going to give you that opportunity to secure some of those downs. Yeah. I really like this grenade. I like the idea of this grenade a lot.
Yeah, you don't have to cook it.
No.
Doesn't have the timer of the Simtex. Yeah.
It's faster than the Simtex.
Blows up.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So, like, especially if the person was already damaged when they went around that corner to hide. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Then you close the gap.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of like just a little, kind of like a speed run of Simtech out here, you know?
Yeah.
You just got to avoid the stuck. You don't even have to worry about sticking them anymore.
No,
you
dude.
You hurt them while they're running around the corners. Just kaplam, dude.
Yeah.
But I'm right there with you.
I mean, it's got a decent AoE size on it, and it's gonna give you more. It's going to give you more tactical advantage, I feel, than the actual Simtex does, because, like, sometimes when you're trying to get that right angle on that Simtex and the trajectory of the Simtex shows you throwing it around a corner or something like that, a lot of the times it gets stuck on the corner itself.
Well, and it gives them the notification.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
time to get away. This is not going to have that at all. Like,
no.
All of a sudden, it's just boom.
Yeah. And this is one of those things that I want to test out as well, because I want to see, like, what the actual, like, if the explosion creeps around the corner. You know what I mean? Like, if you
probably not. That's what I was about to say. You probably have to worry about your aim in there.
Well, like, if you throw it, like, where it is, like, directly on a corner, like on the ground, like right next to the corner, is the AoE going to stop? Is that corner like there's a line drawn, an invisible line that's
Yeah.
going to stop that. You know what I'm saying? Or is it going to allow it to creep? Because if it allows it to creep, then you can hit those corners like that. If as long as you don't hit the walls, and that's going to like make it way easier to push people.
I agree. I just don't think it will because, like, if you think about all the other explosive items that they have used for the utilities, none of them do that. Like the Simtex don't, the C4 don't. The only one that actually like goes around is the
Bounce.
incendiary grenades or the
Oh,
tear
yeah.
gas grenade. The bounce you have to redirect. But if
Yeah,
it like
you got to bounce.
if it literally sits a corner behind the corner, it won't hit them.
Yeah.
Or it's the same thing with the Merv launcher. Merv launcher's the same way, man. Like you can be in the red, but if you're technically behind cover, and when that blast hits, not like it more times than not, like but like sometimes it says it's going to hit you, but it's not because it's behind that wall, and then you won't get hit at all. There's been more times than not that we've even have moments where we've shot people and we thought we've hit them, and then they're not even damaged.
Yeah. I think a lot of that has to
So,
do with the collision in the game as well. I mean, if you
yeah,
have
because I mean
if it's
that Merv launcher is broke on that.
yeah, I mean if the cover is poorly designed, then it's going to have collision issues like that all day long. So, and I feel like that happens a lot, you know? So her perk list is rare nimble hands, rare life drain, rare resupply, epic stalker, epic gunsmith, epic bounce back, legendary energized, and legendary bulletproof. So bulletproof is going to be a good addition. It doesn't say anything about what her speed slash toughness is. I've got that in the video, but I didn't think about writing it down. But it is like legendary bulletproof, of course. Her being a defender, it makes sense. They like she's supposed to be a defender character, but with the SMG, with the gadgets that she has, with the juke boots, it almost makes her like a duelist. It's really an identity crisis with this character, you know? It's really weird, man. Like the only thing that really lends any credence to her being a defender is bulletproof and the drones, and that's it.
Your drones, yeah.
So I don't know. It's a weird character, and I don't mind like a hybrid type character that can be a defender, that can be a flanker, that can be a duelist or anything like that. I like that a lot, but like her perk set and her gadgets and everything give her more identity as being a duelist as opposed to being a defender. So I don't know.
Or
It's
even a breacher.
yeah, exactly right. Because you could throw those drones, you can get in there with those
Use a
grenades.
reflector.
Yeah, right. So they're changing ranked up a little bit here. So we're going back to 4v4 ranked instead of 3v3 ranked, which is going to be really cool. We've already talked about the supply drops. They are doing a visual update to Depot. It looks like they didn't really. Yeah, it looks completely different. I like the way that it looks.
Like the same map.
Yeah. I still see the same cover issues that we were having before, so they really didn't do anything but update the way that it looks. I was hoping that they would do something with the cover, but it is what it is. It's still going to be one of the worst maps in the game.
I like these two perches on either side.
They did
The
add
sniper's
a
perch.
I don't know
trailer. You can't get up there. By the
You
way,
can't get
if
up
that's
there?
what you're talking about. No,
Well, it looks like you can on that one side.
it
There's
does.
steps and there's
it
you can
does.
hop
You
up.
even like somebody try to juke up there and you can't get up there. Like from the plane, try to juke directly to it. Like even got to the ledge to try to jump up there and they couldn't.
That's weird. Why have it there then? You know?
I think it's to block it because that was that issue with dodgeball where people were just shooting people out of the plane.
Yeah.
Because some people wouldn't leave the planes in time, and so like what was happening was people that were just sniping or anything would just aim at the plane and just shoot the people out. And I think that's why they added like that extra
That makes
up
sense.
there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that makes sense, man.
But you're right; it doesn't change any of the like cover issues. Like the whole points of like being able to hide behind cover and still get blasted.
Yeah.
Like it's just a reskin of the map if you think about it.
Yeah, it's the same thing they did with the shooting range. I'm glad that they're paying somebody something to do this. So the project's saying improvements and features, so we're actually finally getting draft pick. In this update, we aim to improve the overall draft pick experience for our ranked and custom games. This overhaul entails a polished new rogue select experience, cleaner ban experience, and unique rogue limitations. In addition, players will no longer redraft their rogues at halftime. This will have players approach their matches in a more tactical give and take mindset in the rogue select phase of the match. We hope you enjoy this update and look forward to your feedback. So ranked is getting a huge change with this because we're going to get, we still got 2 bans. We're going to get the draft pick system. So once somebody locks one rogue in, that takes them off the board. The enemy can't pick them. And you're not going to be able to like change your rogue up at halftime anymore. And I know that like that is a huge thing, especially for comp players, because I've been watching the RCCS stuff. Yeah, I've been watching the LAN stuff all day long. And you see that like on most teams, they have a dedicated team that they run on offense, and then they have a dedicated team that they run on defense that is very map specific. And this is going to change up how competitive is played in a massive way. And I'm very much, dude. I think that some of these rogues that aren't normally played are going to start coming up in the meta, like Glitch. Yeah. Glitch is going to, I feel like he's going to be a major player in that. I feel like Dima and Scorch, even though Dima and Scorch have been picked up a little bit, especially Scorch, I think that they're going to come up just for the EMP use alone. And I think that you'll see some different characters being played because more or less it's the same handful of characters played by every single
Both
team.
sides, it's like
Dahlia, you've got Glimpse, Chalk, Fixer,
Talon.
Talon is a big one. Dallas is kind of falling out of favor in the meta. Phantom is a really underutilized rogue once you take the sniper away from her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because her passive is amazing, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So I do think that they're going to have a lot of these rogues that haven't been prioritized, kind of bring them up, and that's something that's going to be very exciting. And I'm interested to see like counter pick, like picking counters based off of what the enemy team picks is going to be a massive factor in the game moving forward. I don't think people like we've said before. I don't think people quite realize that, you know.
Yeah. And you don't switch characters, so just think, man, by the end of the game, you've purchased everything you need.
Yeah.
Usually that's how it goes. You'll get everything, and it's like you got one more round. And it's like, damn, you got to swap.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Also, they are adding Strikeout to rank. So to further expand the ranked experience for our players, as an experiment, we are introducing a separate rank queue for Strikeout. Strikeout has shown to be a very popular game mode, and for a good while, there hasn't been a place for the Strikeout diehards where they could graduate to and have a place in the competitive environment. In this update, please try out the ranked experience for Strikeout, complete with draft pick rogue select improvement that we detailed above. Let us know what you think. So, for ranked Strikeout, I'm not a fan of Strikeout.
I don't think any of us are.
Well, first off, they kill me with the fact that they say that, Strikeout's a popular game mode. Well, they only have 3 game modes.
Yeah, right.
They only got 3 game modes. And you're going to be like, one of the most popular game modes. You're like, bro, it's 33% chance of them picking that mode.
Yeah. Well, whenever they were talking about like the forced crossplay that I think we covered it in the last episode, they said that Strikeout, since the game's been released, has been the biggest mode, the most played game mode that they have in the game. It beat out King of the Hill. It beat out Extraction. It's beat out everything. Dodgeball, like it is the most consistently played game mode that's in the game currently. And not a fan of Strikeout. I'm glad that it's a separate queue.
Yeah.
One thing that's interesting is like it's not going to be a separate rank though. So if you do your placements in Demolition and you get gold 5, and then you're like, oh, I want to try out ranked Strikeout, then you're going to be gold 5, and you're going to gain RP and lose RP. And then whenever you swap over back to demo, you're going to have the same ranked. It's going to be on the same ranking system.
So you're pretty much going to have to pick what rank mode you want to go in, pretty much, and stay on it.
Well, I mean, you can swap back and forth, but your rank is going to fluctuate based off of how you perform in each specific mode.
I mean, exactly. But like, if you're stronger in demolition, or you just more tactical plays, you like a slower pace, then you probably want to play
Yeah.
that because you're not used to strikeout.
Yeah,
You know,
Or
yeah,
the strikeout people, the respawn.
it's
Like,
same thing.
you're gonna
Like,
see
they're all about
people,
running in.
yeah, reach a
getting
higher
killed.
rank than they normally did before because
yeah. Absolutely, man. But this is what I will say about rank strikeout. There is a silver lining to this, in my opinion. I don't think that a lot of people that play strikeout now, that like main strikeout, actually understands what the ranked experience is going to be like, especially with picks and bans. They think that they're
Yeah.
going to drop in just like they drop into a casual match and they're going to run around and frag out the whole time. And that is not going to be the case whatsoever. We've already seen people that's like, I fucking love King of the Hill. And then they get in King of the Hill ranked and they're like, I'm dog shit at this game mode. What happened? It's like, well, you're not playing against brain dead players anymore.
yeah,
You're playing against the best of the best of the best.
people got something to prove.
Exactly, right? So I can't wait to see this influx of like, man, I thought I was good at strikeout, but shit, like, I can't wait for that. But the silver lining to this whole situation is the developers have gone on record and said that the reason that they don't have better ranked rewards is because ranked is the least played game mode that they have in the game, and it has always been the least played game mode in the game. Introducing ranked strikeout is definitely going to boost that player pool.
Yeah.
The same thing happened with King of the Hill. When they introduced King of the Hill, there was a large influx of players into the ranked experience to play King of the Hill. They realized they were dog shit at it. They also realized that, oh, I've got to play demolition sometimes too. Then
Yeah.
they all went back to playing strikeout. But if you're going to keep everybody under the same rank system, if it gets a huge influx of players like that, that's going to give them motivation to create better ranked rewards for players. And that is what is the silver lining to this whole situation. So I kind of low key hope that it does better. Like it does good enough for them to actually be like, okay, we're going to have like, maybe some ranked weapon wraps or some ranked character skins or something, something like that, to actually give people like a reward for grinding out ranked.
Well, what if they separated it too? Like, because it's like, I reached, Rogue Mastery, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. But you're like, I reached that, and it's like, did you do that on strikeout or demolition? Because
Yeah, right.
one of those is a little bit harder than the other.
Yeah, right.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. I think that like with this being an experiment to see how it plays and what people think about it, if it goes good and a lot of people play it and they like it, then I really think that they will separate it and you'll have two separate ranks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the logical thing to do
I think
here.
you should.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you have different ranked rewards for both of them, that would be cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It would give people an
The
incentive.
demolition is just harder.
Yeah, it is. More
It is.
methodical. Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. So there are some key update features that we're missing here. This is the second time we're missing rogue balance and weapon balance, the two most important things for any update, in my opinion, and they're not here. And I understand that they're trying to gather as much feedback as they can on the new perk system, speed, toughness, all this kind of stuff, and, use that as their basis on how they want to balance things out. But you can't sit here and tell me that you have no idea right now some of the things that you're going to be changing. And not only
weird,
that,
man. In the last two update shows, they just didn't even mention it. Just
no,
we don't
not-
have nothing.
Yeah.
It's like nothing.
We didn't know what the balance changes for the Rogue Rising update was until the actual update came out.
Yep.
They ran this PTS cycle as an extended PTS cycle because they did it over a holiday weekend. They could have tested so much stuff out. They just didn't do it.
Well, they were like, the Talon can't mag glove the bomb anymore.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Tell
Since
them about
when?
tell them about this shit, dude.
You're watching the land thing, and one of the guys, he's playing Talon. He's got to get the bomb. There's somebody over there watching it. And he runs over there and goes down. And then when they lose the round, it goes to the announcers. And they're like, the guy was like, why didn't he just bag glove it? And they're like, oh, yeah, they took that out. You can't do that anymore. So that one night when Griffin was trying to do it, well, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
We just wasn't in there anymore. Well, since when?
Yeah. How long
Like,
is
when
it?
did that happen?
Yeah. How long has that been in the
mean,
game?
Be nice to know.
Yeah. Same
And
thing.
you try to go. I tried to go to the Rogue Company website. Like, they got the wiki and the things. Like, wherever you go, everything's just outdated.
Yeah, I know,
There's
right?
nothing, man. It's like, why don't they have all that on here? Why is it not updated? It's not that hard.
Yeah.
You just can't even find out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's bad that you have to get information about the game through a LAN.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
And I'm over here like, how do you know that? Like,
yeah, exactly, right? Did you message somebody? Like, what
did
the
they tell
fuck?
you? They didn't tell us.
And it's the same thing with the Kestrel change. Like, they changed the way Kestrel's ult works now, which I don't mind it. It is what it is. But there was no mention of that anywhere that I've seen so far from anybody.
At first, they acted like it wasn't. It was a bug.
Yeah.
And then I think people just liked it, so they kept it.
Yeah, they're like, cool.
We don't have to fix that one,
Yeah, take it off the Trello board.
I just remember like many commenting on people on Twitter and being like, "Yeah, we know about that. That's it,"
Yeah. I mean, it goes back to the Dahlia thing. She stacked speed and toughness, and they didn't mention that at all. And
I don't think they knew, dude.
No,
I really
dude,
don't.
it's weird, right?
So is it better though? The Kestrel? I would imagine that's better to be able to aim it. You can't do it as fast as you could before, maybe.
No, you can't do it as fast, but
having the aim is like you can control where it's going. Because a lot of times on the computer, for me, if I tried to do it, I would always hit the wall next to me. Like
yeah,
it never went where I wanted it to go.
Well, it's part of that collision issue, man.
Yeah.
You think if you poke out a cover enough to shoot someone that you should be able to Kestrel drone someone,
or rocket.
Yeah.
Or Thema blast.
Yeah. But it's collision issues. Yeah, exactly.
The box in front of you that you're standing behind.
Yeah. So next up, we have a post here by Rogue Company. This was posted on June the 3rd. Are you ready to play Rogue Company on the go with Steam? We're proud to announce that Rogue Company is playable and verified on Steam Deck. So the reason that I dropped this in here is because there's a lot of implications that come from this, just like the ranked strikeout thing, where like there's a silver lining. This is definitely like the people that own the Steam Deck, if they're wanting to play Rogue Company mobile, since the Switch version runs terribly, then this is another avenue for them to go down. But
very expensive avenue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, and Green Boy made a video. I haven't watched the video yet, but I'm pretty sure that Steam Deck runs on Linux, right?
It for 100% runs on Linux.
So that means that Rogue Company is available to play on Linux now, right?
It should be.
So
it doesn't say that on the Steam page still.
Yeah.
It just says that it'll run on the Steam Deck. Before it just went down there, it was like, does not support Steam Deck.
Right.
Now it says it supports it, but it's got like a caution mark on it. It's like,
yeah, good luck.
The words are going to be really small. That's
Yeah.
what it says. Like,
yeah. But that's good though, man. Like, get it to as many players and as many platforms as you can. Just try to optimize the game the best that you can. I mean, it's great that they're releasing it for Steam Deck. It sucks that Switch players are still having to deal with the same things that they've been having to deal with for literally months now at this point.
I'll verify it before the next one.
Okay.
I've got Linux. I'll download it because here's the thing: you can make any game run on Steam on Linux, but you have to get like third-party shit to do it, and it's not ideal,
Right. Yeah.
Input lag, latency, like.
Yeah.
But I'll verify. I'll put it on my Linux machine and see if it lets me install it and play it.
Hell, it might run better on there,
I'm pretty sure it would.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to fucking install another OS so that I can fucking get a good
get
Rogue
another
Company.
hard drive.
Yeah,
just play Rogue Company.
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ, So next up here, we have a post over on the Reddit page by High Res Radar reporting performance issues in Rogue Company. So this is what they had to say. Hi, folks. We know it can be frustrating to encounter a performance issue while playing, and it can be even more frustrating when those issues seem to go unresolved. Performance issues can be tricky to diagnose. Sometimes they're affecting everyone, but often they are only affecting players in a certain region at a certain time of day, or only users on a specific platform or hardware configuration. Sometimes even a specific device driver or OS setting can cause issues that only manifest in a specific game. To help us understand and troubleshoot your issue, there are a few details that we need from you. With these, we have a better chance of understanding what you're experiencing and focus the investigation. So what we need, first, we need a brief summary of the issue that you're encountering, whether it's none of my shots were hitting or other players were moving erratically or something else. What is the key this isn't right behavior you're observing? Also speak to whether this is happening all the time, sporadically, etc., if applicable. What region are you connected to? You can verify this from the main menu as shown in this photo here. We need to know the match ID. The match ID has now been put in the bottom left-hand corner of all the matches, which makes it way easier for whenever you report something with like screenshots or videos, which is great. If your username includes any special characters, please also include a copyable version of your username to assist with searching relevant server logs. If at all possible, include a video capture of the problem occurring. There is a lot we can determine from this beyond what logs and screenshots can convey. See the end of the post for suggested ways to capture video on various platforms. Provide us what platform or device that you're playing the game on. If you're on PC, we would love to get your client logs from the match. You can find these in your Rogue Company applications folder. If you're comfortable sharing it, we would also like to see your DX diagnostics for potential device or driver issues. If you can think of anything else that might be relevant, please include those details. Like I had a friend in the same match, their experience was the same or different. This only happens in the first match I play in a given day, etc. We know these issues can be frustrating. These details can take a bit of time and effort to collect, but can have a huge impact on our ability to find and resolve the problems. Thank you for your help. So this was posted on the Reddit page
2 days ago.
2 days ago. This hasn't been retweeted by Rogue Company.
No, didn't even know it existed. Like
exactly. This wasn't posted on the Facebook page. I don't know if this was posted on the Discord or not. Like this only exists that I'm aware of on the Reddit page, and it's a pinned post on the Reddit page, which is great. It's great that they took the foresight to pin it there so that people could actually see it. But what's crazy is that's the only place that it's posted. How do you get
people don't use Reddit?
Exactly. A lot of people don't. You've got 66.7 thousand rogues. There's currently 137 people online on the Reddit page right now. How many people are following the game on Twitter? So currently there's 193,000 people. Yeah. So you're missing out on the opportunity to get this to more people by not even copying it, not even tweeting a link to it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've seen this happen time after time after time after time. Like, it feels to me like you've got Minnie, Gandhi, Radar, Pretty Hair, Xenon, and like a handful of other people that are all independently working on different things, which is great. There's zero communication between any of them because, okay, let's say that the Broguecast crew here, all four of us, we decide that we're going to start working on something and we're all going to be addressing different things. Wouldn't it make sense if we get together at least one time during the day to say, hey guys, this is what I've encountered. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually put a post up on Reddit about this. And then the community manager should be like, it might be a good idea to tweet that out.
Man, we're going to have a SWAT board.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I understand that people are still working remotely. I understand that people have a lot of things going on. I understand babies are being born. I understand all this stuff's happening. How hard is it to have a group text message that says, hey guys, I posted a way for people to report performance issues in Rogue Company. I'm going to put it up on the Reddit page. Can someone tweet the link to it out so that everybody knows about it? And then second of all, nowhere in this article that I've seen, nowhere, tells you what to do with the information once you have it.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to
You got to go to somebody else for that.
Exactly. How am I supposed to send you my DX diagnostics? How am I supposed to send you the client logs from the match if you don't tell me where the fuck to send it to?
Where's the link to submit a ticket?
Yeah.
It is absolutely insane. There's no information here. Oh, go to high res and put a support ticket in and then attach the information in that. Okay, cool. Now at least we know what to do with it. Remember when they were having hitching issues and they were wanting all of the previous match the log files from the previous
every
matches?
night, dude, you were sending just.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't let you send it. It was like, you had to do this, you had to do that. It's like.
I tried to submit it to what they told me to, and they said that I couldn't submit it because it wasn't trusted because it was a zip file.
But they had to zip it to send it.
They told us to zip it to send it to them.
That's the only way you could do it.
So what in the fuck is happening over there? Like, don't give us all this info. Like, they even have pictures under each specific section with an arrow pointing. This is the region. This is the match ID. Also, the match ID is up here. Also, this is how you get to your client logs. This is how you get your DX diagnostic information. Where the fuck do I send any of this?
Yeah, we know all of that already. Where does it go?
Yeah. Who do I need to give it to?
Email?
Dude, they want us to fax the information over to them.
Good luck with that.
They want us to print it off and find a fucking fax machine somewhere and you know what I'm saying? Like, what are they doing? Nobody's on the same page over there. There's no information on how to share this stuff with anybody. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. It makes no sense. I love this comment. My first thought was, you're asking for a lot here. And Radar responded, this is definitely an ask. We've had a number of folks present performance issues and we're understandably frustrated. A subset of that group we've talked to were genuinely invested in helping us identify these issues and address them. We are unbelievably grateful for anyone willing to take these extra steps and want to provide specifics on what will help us. Where do we send it to?
I think I understand, dude, why they don't tweet this out. Because how many days the Battle Pass got? Just a few, handful, right?
Yeah.
We're coming out of beta.
Exactly.
They don't want this on their Twitter page.
That's true. Didn't think about that.
They don't want this on their Twitter page.
That, absolutely true.
That does not look good. This doesn't look like something that's ready to come out of beta.
No.
We've all experienced these issues they're talking about. Shots not hitting. Teleporting. Yeah. They're like, give me the information. Okay, almost every match I've played tonight. How about that?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Check the server. It's probably going on for everybody. Like,
yeah.
Your custom lobbies don't even run right.
Yeah. This comment here said, are you wanting that info here in standalone post or through your website? Which gets you the info best? You can continue making threads as before. We just wanted to provide further details on what information will help us the most. So based off of that, you want us to post our information onto the Reddit page. You want me to put my diagnostic information for my PC on Reddit. You want me to put my server logs from the previous matches onto Reddit.
Might be some IP addresses and stuff on that. I wouldn't.
There's
definitely anybody do that.
Yeah, there's definitely fucking IP addresses because when I was getting the information for the hitching issue, it had all the IP addresses on there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
you don't do that.
Yeah, blows my mind. We're coming out of beta. The game's been out for almost 2 years. Who is leading this team? This is
I don't think they have a leader.
This is like watching fucking a Monty Python skit.
The director. That we know nothing
They're
about.
fucking motherfucking peanut butter and jelly, dude.
Yeah, right. So last up here before we get into the community section of the podcast, this was posted by @RocoLeaks on May the 29th. This is something that I missed, but I'm glad that we found it now. Some text files about a ranked loss prevention booster got added. What are your thoughts? So whenever you pull it up, it says activity progress boost, total rank loss prevention boost uses. Ranked loss prevention booster, inactive ranked match or inactive ranked booster for 1 match, 2 matches, and 5 matches. Boosters consumed rank loss prevention boosters, zero out quantity, ranked loss prevention. So, from what it sounds like, is there's a possibility that they're going to put something in the game in the future that's kind of like the XP boosters, but they're ranked loss prevention boosters. So you're going to be able to activate this. And from what it sounds, based off of this string of text here, is that it's going to keep you from losing RP in ranked.
Get on strikeout, YOLO.
Yeah.
Fuck it, just go.
Yeah. So let's break this down just a little bit here. So this one, whenever you pull it up, is ranked booster 5 matches, right?
Damn.
So a good ranked experience that is going neck and neck the whole time is somewhere in the ballpark of about a 30-minute gameplay experience, right? So you've got 5 of these active.
Yeah.
That is a full play session that you're not losing any RP.
But you could gain.
Oh, yeah, you can gain for sure.
Losing.
That is insanity. What is the point of ranked at that point?
I feel like that's for the strikeout stuff, really.
That's what it seems
I mean, you
like.
could use it on demolition, but
Yeah,
the strikeout matches are going to be shorter.
yeah,
And
exactly.
you get to respawn.
Like, and here's a better idea. Why don't they have a ranked RP booster? So if you win, you get double the RP.
Oh, yeah.
But if you lose the same amount of RP that you would normally lose. That way you're taking a gamble on it. This feels like a get out of jail free card. This feels like that everybody's going to be rogued by the end of the season because they're going to stack. And that's another thing too.
Yeah.
What if you go this entire season? Let's say that they release them sporadically or whatever. They're in the battle pass, this, that, and the other. What if you stack these on purpose for 1 or 2 seasons, and then you're like, "Fuck it, I'm going rank or I'm going rogue this season because I've got 50 of these things."
You just hang on to them, let them build up.
Yeah.
So I could see them doing like a weekend where they're like, "Hey, this weekend, if you play ranked and you lose, it doesn't take points away. To get people to grind."
Exactly.
I could see that.
Yeah, yeah.
For everyone. But people will just, and then how do you get it? Is it on the daily login? Is it in the battle pass? Is it,
Probably all of the above.
Yeah.
It's
Can you buy it with a reputation?
It'll
Or,
probably, it'll probably be in the loot boxes too.
There you go.
I mean, you don't want to worry about losing RP and ranked. Get you 400 rogue bucks and hit that box until you get them. Like, come on, man.
A little bit of a scam there.
Yeah, it's going to be exploited like crazy. And then people already want leaderboards put in the game to see like who is actually some of the best players out there. Well, it's a good thing that they don't have leaderboards, because if this is going into the game, it's going to throw the leaderboard into a fucking tizzy.
Well, you could have people do, like, if they're playing with a group of people, they get mad, they could just throw, because they got a little booster here. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter if they lose
Just
or
hop
not.
off the map every round. And you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Shit, but I'm not.
Exactly. So you're promoting toxicity by putting something in the game that is going to keep you from losing RP.
They would never.
All right, guys, this is the community section of the unofficial Rogue Company podcast. If you want to contribute in any way in the future, you can hit us up on Twitter at Broguecast. You can shoot us an email, broguecast@gmail.com, or you can join the Discord server. The links will be in the description down below. There is a section called Broguecast Contributions. That is the place to put anything. But first up here, we are going to hit it hard with honest RCCS feedback. So I saw this on the Reddit page and I was like, man, I've got to talk about this because it's very interesting to see someone's outlook on how the RCCS is going right now, especially since it's the second land that they've done and all that good stuff. So title is supposed to be RCCS Spring Series land feedback, but I can't edit it. Just addressing some grievances given. This is not Skillshot Media's high-res esports production company first ROCO event. Game audio is almost completely muted as compared to other esports, where you can hear the gun firing sounds, footsteps, utilities when thrown out. A balance between game audio and caster should be reached. During breaks between matches or intermissions, there is no timer. Don't leave your viewers guessing when the next match is. Tell them when it's going to start or resume so that they can go for a break, toilet, business, snack time, etc. It's also worth noting a large portion of players leave the stream when there are long breaks. You know the X thousand viewers memes that you see in chat during these breaks. That is very real, and you don't need to study to prove it. People in general hate waiting. Recycled cinematics. Instead of reusing the Dahlia, Umbra, Switchblade fixer teasers, create unique RCCS themed cinematics. Valorant Champions Tour, ESL Pro League, all have them. You want your esports league to stand out, and generic rogue cinematics ain't it. Or is the esports team on such a shoestring budget that this can't even be outsourced to freelancers? Number 4, player stats / MVP. At the end of matches in some esports leagues, the analysts would discuss and show a chart or infographics with stats of the players in the match with a replay of a defining moment of a player in the match. Improvements as noted from the 2021 Invitational. Players have a HUD on their cam labeling them so you know which player is focused on by the observer. In the 2021 Invitational, players were playing in a room that was so cramped that their backs were literally at the wall and their opponents were less than 2 feet away from them. The rooms in the Spring Series land seem more spacious. Playlist, major improvements to playlist, great music. I have no idea who Stephen Cooper is on Reddit, high-res esports manager, so tagging in the hopes of feedback can be passed on to him. So this dude brought up a lot of information here. So the game audio, I will say that the game audio, so everything is super quiet except for explosions, and they're so distorted, like they're peaking like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really sure who set this up, but I will agree with that. They need to go in there and they need to find some type of balance between the game audio and the casters and everything else that's currently going on. Today, they finally added timers whenever they go into their between matches and intermissions. And I thought that was kind of a weird thing. It's like, you're playing at LAN. Are they having to shut the computers down after every single game and restart everything?
I mean, everybody's got to log in, get their settings. They're using the same computers, dude. Here's how they can fix that. You have two setups.
Yeah.
This team's ready. As soon as that team's done, this team moves in.
Yeah. Well,
as soon as that team's done, next team's ready. It's simple.
And I'm talking about like they've been playing best of 3, right? So there's an intermission and then they play the first round and then they have like a 5 to 10 minute, sometimes 15-minute break between the first match. That. Yeah, dude, just let them play all 3 of them back to back. Like in that downtime, like this dude says, they could have they could have these statistics where the actual casters and the people that are hosting it can actually sit there and say, okay, in this match, this player went this, and this is what they were doing, and this is what, how they need to improve in order to be able to capitalize on what this team's doing, blah, 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 blah. They can literally talk about bullshit for 5 minutes if they have general statistics and be able to keep the momentum of the match going. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and their replay feature that they have, I don't know what they're using. I don't know what OBS plugin that they're using to do it, but it is absolutely terrible.
I think that's what they're using. It's like when something happens, somebody hits a button and it saves, it goes back so far,
Yeah.
Saves it, and then they try to run them all together, but you can't hear anything. Can't hear the team. I'd like to hear the teams a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's mic'd up. Like, they know they're on camera. They're not going to say anything. They're so worried.
Oh, yeah.
That somebody's going to say something.
Yeah,
it's right. Like, dude, if they do, they cancel themselves. Like,
exactly, right. Yeah.
That's them. Yep. You're on camera. Act like you got some sense. Like,
yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, and they do cut to them occasionally so that you can hear the comms and everything like that. But, like, at the same time, like, it should be a more fluid experience all around. And it feels like that they just had some intern throw all this stuff together behind the scenes and just try to like finagle their way through it to the point where it's inspired me that when I have my tournament to try to mimic the nonsense that is actually going on here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? As a way to kind of poke fun at it. Because, like, I can literally go online and pay for some stock images and some stock animations and make it look as good, if not better, than what they've currently got going on over there. I mean, I have been enjoying, I've been enjoying the RCCS stuff. It's very interesting
Yeah.
to watch people play and all this kind of stuff. But it sucks that the audio is fucked up. It sucks the fact that they've got these Alienware high-end PCs,
Yeah.
but they're running it in the lowest graphic settings possible. Like, you have people that have never heard of this game seeing a large number of people watching this tournament happen, and it looks like a PlayStation 1 game.
You know why?
I know why.
You know they don't want to have any. That's why it takes them so long to get in a match. Like,
Yeah.
they probably have something they go in there and check. Is it a good connection? Are we linked up? Like,
Yeah, I know.
are we gonna have any issues?
Yeah.
Because that would be bad if that happened on camera. I didn't see as many resets.
No, dude.
You know, I think before in the LAN they had to reset sometimes, right?
Yeah,
Like
they
people
did.
would get kicked. It would happen a lot. Like,
Yeah. Game would crash, network disconnection, like all the stuff that we experience.
yeah,
I mean, it is what it is, man. But it would be nice, like, just a few small things that they could do. Like, some of these people, this is the second time being at LAN. Why don't we have their previous statistics? Like, on that first 2021 invitational that they had, Blue TV was one of the casters there. He went through every 10K tournament that led up to this, every single one of them, and wrote out the stats for each player that participated in the 10K, and he had a spreadsheet of all the stats. He did this on his own.
Yeah, do his homework.
And he presented that information while he was casting it. Radthar's not doing that. Heartbreaker's not
Just
doing that.
Dude. Well, the company's not doing it. Like,
Exactly.
This dude looked more professional than the actual company.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So, I mean, it's good that they're having a LAN. It's good that they're generating interest in a competitive scene. But like this guy says, they need to make some improvements to actually be taken a little bit more seriously. So, I like the write-up here,
Yeah.
Next up, we have a post by Petty Low Notes. Added mastery levels with rewards. It would be great if you could rank the characters up higher and get some additional rewards. Just a concept. So we come over here to the next thing, and this is his concept for Runway. So as you can see here, you have the Runway mastery levels. So at 10, you get like a little green diamond in the middle of the Rogue Company logo. Then level 20, it gets a little bit more green. Level 30, it goes full green. Level 40, it goes blue. Level 50, it goes red.
Yeah.
And then level 100, it's silver with the red in the middle.
That's pretty cool.
Give this man a job.
Yeah. Wouldn't be hard to do that. He did it for you.
Yeah. Give this man a
Because
job.
once you hit 10, dude, and it doesn't take long. If you play one a lot,
Yeah.
it does not take long.
No, not at all.
And then that's it. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
But coming in as a level, like when you see them, like you're over here like, this motherfucker might be cheating.
Yeah, right.
Oh, never mind.
They're a level
He's
100
a level
runway.
100. Yeah, just so you know, it's like, okay, I need to be careful because
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, and we've seen concepts like this from the community before, like the concept of having different avatars for the rogue selection screen based off of the skin that you're using. Things like that, you know what I mean? Like little minute things like that go a long way with the community. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It just takes a little time, a little elbow grease. You're already paying someone to reskin Depot, one of the worst maps in the game. Why can't you?
A skirmish map,
Yeah.
might I add.
Yeah, that you're only going to play like once every couple of
Not
months.
even in ranked.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. So why not throw them you've already contracted it out or you already have them on the payroll. Why not put them to putting visual improvements like this in the game for everybody? I don't get it.
Man, that's great. He just laid it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not doing the small, minuscule detail things.
Yeah, they ain't making them no money.
No, not at all.
Not even a little bit, man.
Yeah. So next up, we have a post here by Far Alps 4720, nerf all shotguns high res. So shotguns have become way too overpowered with the indirect buffs they have been receiving after these past updates. Shotguns do too much damage and there's no way to punish the shotgun user. With toughness, better perks, and the grenade nerfs, shotguns become so low skill and there's no risk to using them anymore. Please nerf shotguns high res. They're just so unfun to go up against when I know that I'm just going to get two-tapped when I couldn't outplay my opponent.
We know what gun that is.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that this guy brings up a very interesting point because I've been using the shotguns. You know, I've got almost all of them mastered now, and I've been using them here and there. Haven't been using them as much here lately. But I mean, you realistically, unless you're playing a long range map like something like Glacier or Windfall or Favelas, like unless you're playing a long range map, shotguns really feel dominant. But here's the problem though. They're not going to touch the shotguns. They're not going to nerf the shotguns because nobody is using them in any type of competitive play. And that is something that I was hoping that we would actually see whenever they were doing this comp stuff. I would love to see someone running around with Lancer with the Arbitrator just to put it on display in front of the world. You know what I mean?
I wonder if it was a gentleman's agreement that we're just not using shotguns.
I mean, it could be, you know? It could be.
Because, dude, there's so many times people got dropped in a 1v1, and if they had a shotgun,
oh yeah,
that wouldn't have happened.
Exactly. And I think that this guy also brings something else interesting because, like, with the utility price increase, with the nerf to like C4 and some of the other utility gadgets, with the introduction of these perks, I mean, you really can run a shotgun and be very successful while running a shotgun. I mean, look at Cannon. Cannon is a prime example. Cannon has a toughness of either 4 or 5. He also has a lot of perks that allow him to move very, very quickly around the map. He also has stem shots. He also has access to shotguns. If you really wanted to torment the enemy, you do the speedy cannon build that I did and run him with a shotgun and just run down their throats the whole time.
And you got the cannon.
Yeah. It's unstoppable, dude. I mean, really, it's unstoppable.
Chalk's pretty good with it, too.
Yeah, exactly. Chalk has a toughness of 5. His ability allows him to get, up to 190 HP, I believe. He has flashbangs. He has sticky grenades. He has life drain. Like, he has everything that he needs to be successful, and he has access to shotguns.
Yep.
So this guy's not wrong. This guy is not wrong at all. I mean, you know, like Switchblade and Seeker were two of the most popular characters, and Lancer. I'm going to lump her into it. Those are the three most popular characters that they've released other than Runway and since the game's been going. And those 3 of those 4 characters got hit really hard with speed and toughness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's brought them way down in the meta in a big way because they're more they're more fragile.
Especially Switchblade, dude. I mean, you can still run her, but
yeah,
you're going to have to buy some shit.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
You can't just come out of the gate with it.
Yeah. So, and a lot of the people that have access to the shotguns are better now than they've ever been. Vi, perfect example. She's
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, like that S12 though, like that ain't broken.
No.
Not all shotguns are broken.
I think that's right where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Like that gun's finally in a place. I've heard y'all over the last 2 years trying to use that gun and be like, this fucking thing sucks.
Yeah.
It was
and
horrible.
Finally you could use it and it's like, oh shit, that's pretty good. This is nice.
Yeah.
And it started with Vi. Like Vi was the first one to run that shotgun.
Yeah.
So it's been in the game since the beginning, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it was absolute garbage at the very beginning, man. Did not enjoy Vi with the shotgun.
Yeah.
So like the Arbitrator.
Yeah, exactly.
The perk broke it.
Gunsmith broke it.
Anybody that has a shotgun should be able to get the
weapon mastery.
You can't do the perk.
Yeah. So, and I get what this guy's saying. I don't think that the shotguns are incredibly out of balance. I just feel like with the weapon mastery, with the new perk system, with the speed and toughness system, it absolutely indirectly buffed those shotguns.
It just makes metas, and that's what's happening to him. He's getting people are watching these videos and or getting shit on by people running the arbitrator, and they're like, oh damn, maybe I should be running the arbitrator, Then he starts running it. He's
Yeah.
like, oh shit, wow, this is a lot stronger than I thought. Then he figures
Well-
out, oh shit, gunsmith. Oh
Yeah,
man,
well,
and then,
Remember when they kind of fixed the arbitrator a little bit?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
felt better. It wasn't as bad. And then they were like, let's give him gunsmith.
Yeah.
I
Fuck
mean,
it.
Give him 3
it's
rounds.
still, yeah. I mean, you can still
You
one
know-
tap somebody with the arbitrator.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what. Like,
You
and
come around
that's
the
even
corner
a
if that
worse
thing's
feeling.
standing there.
Yeah. And again, that's a worse feeling, man. I'd rather
It
be
is.
sniped from 100 meters across the map than somebody be around the corner that I'm running up on
Yep.
and I'm about to come around and he just,
Ain't no gun gonna save you.
No.
yeah. Like, it's so fast. Like, you don't
Yeah.
have a response time. And it's like, it's not one of those feelings that you're going to be like, oh, hey guys, he's right here. You're almost like instantly pissed off
I'm like,
because
what's the reticle bloom on that thing? Because it hits
Yeah.
that head a lot.
Yeah,
Like, it
right.
just-
oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah. This next post by Consolo. Do you think ranked strikeout and ranked demo should be separate ranks and placement matches? Thoughts? Personally, I would like separate ranks as the 2 game modes require separate skill. Whatever. The first one was a 3v3 demo. I think the next one is going to be 4v4 strikeout.
Mm.
That's my prediction for it.
I'm not really that interested in watching that.
No, it's boring. It is very boring to watch.
Just me. Like,
Basically, it comes down to who has the best utility spam.
yeah.
That's basically what strikeout comes down to. Who has the best utility spam?
I mean, for real, strikeouts literally,
Yeah.
if one team is better and they get on that side and hold it, it's over.
Yeah, and with the ban system and, the picks,
Yeah.
one team gets a runway. Yeah.
But last up here, we have a post by Sylvan Kiwi. Hi-Res should contact GameSpot to be featured in their show, Firearms Expert Reacts. Not posting a link here because for some reason it gets your post automatically removed, but I'm posting one in the comment. I think it would be perfect for a marketing thing to celebrate the game going out of beta. So I've never watched this GameSpot Firearms. Yeah, Firearms Expert Reacts, and I'm interested in checking that out. But I think that it would be really cool if they did something like that because I'm sure that it gets a ton of views. I mean, people love watching stuff like that. You know what I mean?
He's also, if he's an expert, he's like, yeah, guns don't really work like that.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Kind of like the KA-30 that loads on the one side.
Yeah.
Not how that gun works in
Yeah.
real
Or when
life.
people get
It's on
shot,
the other.
no
Like,
fun.
yeah, there's no reticle bloom in the real world.
Yeah, right. It just goes where it goes,
Yeah. Where you point at?
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, me too. Like, I'm super interested in that. So that is episode number 26 of the unofficial Rogue Company podcast. If you want to contribute in any way going forward, you can tweet at us at Broguecast. You can shoot us an email, broguecast@gmail.com, or you can join the Discord. Link will be in the description down below. There is a section called Broguecast Contributions. That is where you can put it. Also, if you want access to the Broguecast early, consider hitting that join button on YouTube and becoming one of the Broguecast supporters. You will get it a week early and you can go on there. We're going to do a live stream where we'll be in there chatting with people while it is actually live, and it will be for members only. But for this episode, I'm here with Dirt Lord.
Here with Garbo.
And I'm here with Griffin.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening, and catch us next time. Have a good one, guys.